So Ricki Weisberg, you have been in marketing and communications for 17 plus years, but your baby, your other baby, the Athena Collective, is only a few months old. So you had this idea to get a bunch of women together, and it was a fabulous idea, and you had a fabulous first event, and then we had to take a pause. So tell me a little bit about how you came up with the idea for the Athena Collective.
Sure. So the Athena Collective is a networking group, essentially, for Philadelphia and mainline women business owners. And I came up with it when I was attending another group called Wellstruck, which is another amazing women's group that you should check out, hosted by Sarah Zero. And I met some women there, specifically my co-founder, Tracy Elaine, who's a photographer, who's so talented. So talented. And it was, I left that event feeling like this was fun. I want to do something of my own, and I want to create a space where women can come together, share best practices, women business owners share best practices, and also learn something and have some fun and, be able to walk away with something tangible as well. So we hosted our first event on March 7th. We were elbow bumping. It was right at the point where everyone was like, ha ha, elbow bumping.
I was trying to remember. So I went, right? I was there for a little bit, and I spoke about how to get yourself publicity in magazines and other medium. And I was trying to remember today, I certainly didn't wear a mask. I don't know that I was trying to remember if we even knew about it, but I'm so glad you had that first event. It was a huge success. So tell us what are you hearing from members of the Athena Collective? How are they adapting to the stay-at-home orders?
What I'm noticing is that it very much depends on if you have small children at home, because women who have small children at home are, kind of just surviving, I would say. Getting by each day, trying to keep their businesses afloat, I don't know if it's like a thriving situation, but a lot of the small women I know are just trying to get by. But there are some women doing amazing things, like this artist Dory, who did, is a painter, and she created masks from her art, and she pivoted that way. Stacey Bay Designs is a member of the Athena Collective who had a small child at home, was super pregnant, and launched something called the Creative Pause, right? In a way to help support the creative community, and just dove into that head first. It's really impressive to see what people are doing. And then Sarah Zero from Wellstruck, who's also a member of the Athena Collective, has been hosting webinars. She did one of the, I've been meaning to attend. She hosted one last week that was for women business owners to help them with their mental health, like a mental health kind of panel discussion with experts. And I love that.
Nice.
So everyone's just trying to figure out either how to help people or how to
survive. And Mara in Ramino did bead kits, and she created a whole bunch of other things. And now her husband
has done something. Yeah.
So what do you think? Do you think it's it's gender specific? Do you think it's, the women who are part of the Athena Collective, I think, are like creative businesses. Do you think it's gender? Do you think, what do you credit it to?
I feel like, some of it I think is, natural empathy, but maybe natural or taught empathy, like you were talking about with Marissa Porter's new book, which I'm excited about, What Girls Need.
What Girls Need.
I put it in this. But I think, honestly, Melissa, I feel like it's a lot about, necessity. And it's not just women. I think when you look at, I was just reading this article earlier today on CNBC saying that 90% of women and small business owners who are applying for PPE were going to get rejected. Yeah, 90%. Because they don't have relationships with the big institutions that would help them get those grants. And so I think a lot of the successful pivoting you're seeing is out of necessity. We don't have anything to fall back on. We have to pivot. There's no other choice,
Mm-hmm. I wonder, I feel like I've been pivoting my whole life because I'm older than you are. And I always had to get what I wanted by pivoting. I wouldn't be, where I am in my career if I didn't adapt. And so this is an extreme circumstance, but I don't know. I feel like it's part of a woman's skill set is, okay, like you just said, you're going to get denied for PPE. So let's pivot. What can I do now? I wonder if men are used to getting their way. And we are not.
Yeah, I saw a tweet today that was like, you can tell who's never, in this pandemic, you can see who's never been told the word no before.
Yes.